Is Wakanda real? What if I told you that Wakanda is not only real, it is super real? And better yet, Black Panther was actually right. If you're interested in this information, stay tuned. So yes, the answer is yes. Wakanda is real. And I'm going to give you 6 reasons that are going to blow your mind when it comes to understanding Africa and how valuable it is to the world. The world would not exist without Africa. And I know it's just hard to believe, right? Because you see all these videos of starving, we're starving, we got no money, we live in mud huts, we have animals in our backyard. Ugh, I tell ya. But Black Panther, it is based in what is real. And I'm going to tell you 6 very unique reasons why and show you a visual representation as well. So stay tuned. The first reason Wakanda is real when it comes to understanding Africa is we are the symbolic reason why everybody gets engaged. We are the symbolic reason. This is because there are many African countries that actually produce diamonds and gold naturally. So that means that when you go there, you get to mine. You know, what's interesting is Blood Diamond did talk about how the mine trade has evolved, the diamond trade has evolved into something heinous in some countries. And so one of the pieces of advice that I tell anybody who is looking at getting engaged, most likely your diamond is going to come from Africa. So make sure that it's not a blood diamond. And that's why stores like Tiffany are usually some of the best stores that to provide for you the best diamonds. And so what they do is they find those mines in Africa that actually give back to the people. Because remember, diamonds are formed of the earth. And these miners go there to look for the diamond that you're wearing on your finger. So next time you think about an engagement, think of Africa. The second reason why Africa is Wakanda and why Wakanda exists today is we are the reason every American and all people in the developed world go to work every morning. Yes, we are the manufacturers of coffee and tea. My country in particular, Kenyan tea, some of the best tea in the world. Kenyan coffee, some of the best in the world. And so yes, we do produce coffee and tea in volumes, and we can grow it to the best coffee and tea out there. And those of you that love your coffee every morning, your Starbucks coffee every morning, guess who supplements that for you? Africa. The third reason why Wakanda is real. Remember in Black Panther when they shared the uranium, that was the core reason in the movie why Africa was so powerful, is that we had that uranium, and they had this visual representation of how uranium is going to be in the future with the use of technology and how it's going to get us there. Well, guess what? We have uranium. It is there in West Africa. Uranium exists. And for those of you that may not be sure about the power of uranium, guess what was used to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Uranium. Fourth reasons why Wakanda and Africa is real, and this gets me really excited. How many of you guys love chocolate? Do you love chocolate? Do you eat chocolate every day? Does chocolate make you feel better? Well, guess who grows the grinds that make up your chocolate? Africa. The fifth reason why Wakanda is real is that when you look at all the designers around the world, right? You look at all the clothing. What do they say about clothing that you've always heard, right? They talk about clothing being, you have to get something that's breathable. They talk about fabric being the fabric of life, right? What is the fabric of life? Cotton. And guess who grows cotton? Who provides cotton? Africa. And when the enslaved Africans were taken from Africa to the Western world, guess what they grew? Cotton. Why do you think enslaved people were taken off the fields? Because the cotton farms in Africa were so much better, and everybody wanted those cotton fields, right? So something for you to think about. It's right there, but you just never thought about it, right? And last but not least, the sixth reason why Wakanda is real when it comes to understanding Africa and the greatness that we possess, a wonderful continent possesses, is we are the reason you get to work every day. Yeah, we are a source of oil and it grows there naturally. So it grows there naturally. Again, need I remind you, oil grows in Africa naturally. Without oil, without gas, you ain't going to work. All right, guys, as you can see here, I have my glasses on and I am ready to walk you through Wakanda. So I thought it would get a visual here. The source is actually from Global Post. And so this actually is a good visual representation of Africa, aka Wakanda. So in the video, like I mentioned, coffee and tea. This is actually the region that I am from, the eastern part of Africa. Kenya is actually known for tea, which is pretty cool. But coffee and tea is in that region and also in the southern part of the continent. But what is most interesting is when you talk about gold and diamonds, platinum, they are occurring all over Africa, whether it is towards the north, and mostly towards the south. So this is where a lot of people actually invest, but companies like Tiffany's and all others commonly come to Africa to find out some of the best diamonds. And as you guys know, obviously Africa does have the best diamonds that you all use for your engagements. So great to see that. And then, like I mentioned before, uranium, what was talked about in Black Panther, is actually towards the Horn of Africa, so up north, and then followed by iron ore as well. So we do have that rich resource also, which is pretty cool. And then, like I mentioned, cotton, the fabric of life is also in Africa as well, which is pretty cool. Oil is also very abundant here. You can see it in the gray. I'm just going to move in this. So you need that oil put in your car, get to work. And so we also have parts of Africa. You can see here from the north, Central Africa, more towards the southern part of Africa as well. We do have crude oil, petroleum, and natural gas, which is pretty good. And also the Horn of Africa, which is right there. And we also have some other metals such as copper, aluminum, which is really good. And so hopefully this visual helps you kind of see. Can you not see that we are really Wakanda? Hopefully you found this visual useful. And so, folks, I hope in a humorous way that I was able to really provide for you a perspective, a visual perspective on why Wakanda exists. There is a lot of potential in Africa. Not even potential, because potential is something that you're waiting to kind of develop into something big and huge. We have this. This is there in our continent of Africa. And that is important for you to know. So just as much as you hear about all the other stories of Africa, about life, about the struggles, and about the poverty, I hope that this video helps you see that we truly are the motherland and that we have a lot of those potentials. And something else I do want to share with you is that if you are studying business or economics and you're interested in stocks and investments, do invest in Africa. There's a lot of people that invest in Africa. In fact, a lot of the people that produce off the materials I talked about in this video, their companies invest in Africa for that reason. They get those raw materials, bring them here to the West, and develop them for the people. So something for you to think about if you're a young person who's thinking about investing in the developing world. So folks, thank you again for watching. I hope that you now believe that the true Wakanda exists. And here's another thing that I also wanted to share. It's very interesting because the reason I do this Ancestry videos is to provide you motivation so that you can think differently, but also be exposed to something you've never been exposed to before. And I hope that this video was able to do just that. The whole premise of Black Panther, the whole premise of Wakanda is to show you this vision of hope, to show you that beyond the perceptions, there exists this wealth of knowledge, and wealth of information. Thank you for watching, guys. Until my next Ancestry video, bye.